When I first proposed to Emily, I thought I had met the love of my life. She was kind, caring, and full of laughter. Our relationship had been built on mutual respect and understanding, and after 3 years together, proposing felt like the natural next step. Both of us came from different backgrounds. I was from a middle-class family, while Emily's parents were a bit more traditional and proud of their status. Still, I thought love would bridge any differences. The first time I went to visit her parents after the engagement, things seemed normal. Her mother, Mrs. Hughes, was polite but distant, while her father was quiet and observant. We talked about wedding plans, our jobs, and our future home. Nothing seemed out of place. But behind that calm surface, I sensed some tension I couldn't quite understand. Emily brushed it off, saying her mom was protective. A few weeks later, I received an envelope in the mail. It had no return address, but when I opened it, my heart nearly stopped. Inside was a typed bill, totaling $10,000. The note at the bottom read, "For raising Emily, food, education, and years of care." It was signed, Mrs. Hughes. I stared at it in disbelief, thinking it must be a joke. Who sends an invoice for raising their own child? That evening, I called Emily, my voice shaking. "Your mom sent me a bill," I said. $10,000. For raising you." There was silence on the line for several seconds before she said, "You're kidding." When I assured her I wasn't, she sighed deeply. "I'm so sorry. I'll handle it." The next day, Emily visited her parents' house and confronted her mother. According to Emily, the conversation got heated quickly. Her mom claimed it was symbolic, a way to test if I was truly committed. Emily told her that love wasn't about paying for someone's upbringing. But Mrs. Hughes insisted that a man who valued her daughter should be willing to give back to the family that made her. When Emily told me all this, I was stunned. I had always treated her family with respect, never expecting such a demand. I told Emily I wouldn't pay a cent, not out of pride, but principle. "Love isn't a transaction," I said. "If your mom thinks marriage means buying you, then she doesn't understand what we have." Emily agreed, but I could tell she was torn. Over the next few days, tension grew between us. Her mother kept calling her, insisting that if I couldn't honor her request, maybe I wasn't the right man. Her father stayed silent, which made me think he quietly disagreed but didn't want to get involved. Emily and I tried to stay strong, but every conversation about wedding plans turned into a debate about her parents. Finally, one weekend, Emily asked me to meet her at a cafe near her office. She looked tired, eyes red from crying. I knew something was wrong before she spoke. "Mom says she won't come to the wedding unless you pay," she said quietly. "And she's telling relatives not to attend either." I couldn't believe how far her mother was willing to go. I reached across the table and held her hand. "Emily, I love you," I said. "But if your mom can't accept us without a price tag, we need to decide what kind of marriage we're building. One built on peace, or pressure." Emily didn't answer right away. She looked out the window, wiping a tear. "I don't want to choose between you and my family," she whispered. That night, she went home to talk to her parents one last time. I waited anxiously for her call. Hours passed before my phone finally rang. Her voice was trembling. "I told Mom I'm marrying you with or without her blessing," she said. "She said if I do, I'm no longer welcome in the house." The next morning, Emily showed up at my apartment with a small suitcase. She looked exhausted but determined. "I can't believe she did this," she said softly. "But I'm done being manipulated." I hugged her, feeling both proud and heartbroken. Losing her family shouldn't have been the price for our love, but I admired her courage. We ended up having a small wedding with only a few close friends and my family. It wasn't the big celebration we had planned, but it was honest and peaceful. During the ceremony, I noticed Emily's hands shaking slightly, but her eyes were filled with certainty. We exchanged vows that came straight from our hearts, without conditions or demands. Months later, Mrs. Hughes tried to reach out through Emily's father, saying she regretted how things went. But Emily didn't respond. "It's not about the money anymore," she told me. "It's about respect." Her mom had turned a moment of joy into a painful test, and while forgiveness might come someday, trust would take longer. Today, Emily and I live in a small house we bought together. We still talk sometimes about how strange that Bill incident was, almost like a bad dream. But it taught us something important, that love can't be measured in dollars or favors. True love means choosing each other, even when others try to put a price on happiness. And whenever I look at Emily, I'm reminded that no matter how many challenges we faced, we built something money could never buy. A marriage based on loyalty, trust, and the kind of love that stands firm even when others try to put a price tag on it.